Hey, it's Running on T 2011. It's Javier, and today is Tuesday. Today's topic is how you started T and your transition. So, a lot of people go through therapy. They have to abide by the standards of the Harry Benjamin Code, I think it's called, meaning that you have to go to therapy for a certain amount of time before you start um, hormones. And while a lot of people go through this, I was lucky enough that I didn't have to. I went through a different process called informed consent, meaning that I didn't have to go through therapy in order to start T. Um, there are certain clinics and that do this, and the one I went to was in Chicago. It's called Howard Brown, and they have a three-step process there. The first step was getting blood work done. The second step was meeting with a counselor to talk about my transition, and the third step was actually getting my prescription to start T. While I agree with some aspects of the Harry Benjamin Code, because it does kind of give information to the guys that aren't really knowledgeable about the subject of transitioning, um, I don't I don't think it fit with me because I had already started living as male prior. I've been living stealth for about 4 years, so once I turned 18, if I did have to go to therapy, that kind of would have been backtracking because I felt that the next step was starting T and not going to therapy. I was already well informed, and I already knew that this was the right thing for me to do. So the informed consent was kind of a better option for me, and I'm glad that I had that option because a lot of people don't. So, yeah, I didn't have to go to therapy to start T, but I did go to therapy um, for other things like being very antisocial and depressed, and all those had to do with me being unhappy with myself and my body because I did feel I was male and my body didn't fit that. So for those things I did go to therapy, and that's when I kind of figured out what the problem was, and the problem was that I was a guy living in a female's body. So after I figured that out, I was more happy with myself, and then I started my transition by just portraying my body as how I felt in the inside. So I felt like I didn't need the therapy for starting testosterone. So when I found out about this other option of informed consent, that made me really happy because I didn't have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for therapy that I don't think I needed. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions about informed consent, just message me. I'll put my personal channel at the bottom. But, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday.